they do a lot more than just writing a check and sending it off. They spend a lot of time and effort in making sure that their foundation is doing good work. So when they're in these developing areas trying to help people there, they use 4 strategies to help in the agricultural development. First, they listen to farmers, so they try to hear what the individual farmers need, base what they give the farmer on a case-by-case scenario. They don't just write a check and say, here you go, figure out what you need. They actually work with the farmers, and they try to increase farm productivity. So they listen to what the farmer has to say, and then they give the farmer suggestions on, okay, here's what you can do to better your farm. And they try to foster sustainable agricultural practices. So they don't just go in there and help this farmer get one crop and then leave. They try to help the farmer develop a way to produce goods so that he can keep doing that for like 50 years. And they achieve greater impact with partners. So his foundation isn't focused on helping all these people out and saying, great job, this is all Bill Gates' job, he did this. They use what they learned from all these farmers and they try to spread that to other charities so that these other charities can help develop the area. In the water and sanitation area, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation focuses on developing solutions that will provide change for the developing world. And one of the main things they focus on there is water delivery systems. So they try to figure out ways, and they spend money on research on how to get water to these areas. According to Business Insider, since 2007, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation has donated $28 billion, and that's estimated that he's helped save about 6 million lives. So a lot of people just look at him and say, oh my gosh, he's this billionaire, what does he do with his money? Well, he's put that to good use and helped save about 6 million lives. Another big name that most of us know is Warren Buffett. While Warren Buffett doesn't actually have his own foundation or his own charity set up, he doesn't even have his own wing of a hospital. He does donate a lot to already well-established charities. He donates a lot to Make-A-Wish Foundation, which most of you guys probably know what that is. It's a foundation that gives children with life-threatening illnesses the chance to live out a dream. So I don't know if you guys heard about the kid in San Francisco that got to be Batman for a day. They do stuff like that. And just recently in the news, there's a 6-year-old kid who wanted to be a Navy SEAL. So there's a Navy SEAL team that picked up the kid, and then he got to go do training with them for a day. So he donates a lot of money to that foundation. Warren Buffett also gives a lot to the Novo Foundation. That was actually set up by his son, Peter Buffett, and it aims to make women and girls the primary forces of change in making the world a peaceful place. All right, so let's go over what a lot of these wealthy people have done. The wealthiest group of Americans contribute huge portions of their wealth to charities. David Koch does his charitable giving through cancer research, facilities, hospitals, and education. Bill and Melinda Gates accomplished their goals of philanthropy through helping others with their generous donations and their leadership in the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. So again, they don't just send off the money, they send the money and then they help run the foundation so that their money's put to good use. And Warren Buffett doesn't have his own charity, but he does give a lot of his money to these other charities so that they can have a lot more resources. So now that you know a little bit more about each of these individuals and how and where they spend their money, I encourage you to see this 1% in a different light. While a $100 million donation is just barely out of reach for most of us, we should all strive to give